It has begun, my fellow members of the Storm Nation. This is Kaminari just giving you a review of the first episode of Danganrumpa 3, the Future Arc. If you don't know what was going on, this just started, in fact, this month, and I got a chance to see the first episode, see what I thought about it first. Let's start off with the original reason behind the Danganronpa series. Danganronpa is actually an anime adaptation of the games. Now, the third is not really based on any of the games, but it's a final killing game. Danganronpa, the first game in the first anime series, takes place at Hope's Peak Academy, where you got members of one particular class. Unfortunately, that particular class has been locked up inside the school, and the only way to get out of the school is to perform the perfect crime. If you don't know what the perfect crime is, just kill someone and not be caught. That's the general premise of the whole series. Is kill or be killed. Now it gives you a better theme of hope versus despair, which is two polar opposites in the game itself and in the anime. You first meet Makoto Naegi and his cohorts in the first episode, and one by one they are killed. Only 6 remain. That would be Aoi, Kyoko, Naegi, of course, Genocide Show, or Sean, I don't know what, I forgot her name, Toko, Byakui or something, and the fortune teller guy. These 6 had remained, and then there's another, about 5, that are actually survived, and these are actually known as the Remnants of Despair. This takes place in it's in the second game, but we meet the first member of the Despairs in the Despair Sisters game, which is a PSP Vita exclusive game. And this is actually a bridge between the first game and the second game. You meet another character, I can't remember his name, but he said he's the ultimate luck, depending on who or what. So here's the premise. It's still a killing game with the second one, but you're stuck on an island. You're giving a specific timer. Now, only 5 remain. You got the princess, the mechanic, the wrestler, Miss Martial Artist, so-called Ultimate Despair, and I think that's it. And probably the member who was originally she's actually an AI, but she was stuck in the game. In fact, the second killing game is not considered a killing game at all, but it is kind of like they place each character in a coma-like state, and that is because in the game you're killed, but your avatar, you're technically brain dead. So that's how. The third one, it just starts off with Naegi and crew comes to one of the headquarters of the Future Foundation, which is another conflicted force in the series, but pay more attention to that series because it makes more sense. There's a battle between the Future Foundation and the Despairs because of one particular person, and her name was Junko Nishima, and she is the driving force and the main antagonist of the entire series. You've got the Monokuma bots, who are they look like little itty bitty teddy bears, or robotic teddy bears that are running amok, and they are pretty much killers on their own, and they are the avatars. So if you don't know what I meant by avatar, just look it up. They're like agents. They're agents of Junko. I'm going to call her Junko. Junko was the last to die in the killing game, and that's because she is known as the ultimate despair. Even though she is one of the students that was so-called captured and put in the locked school in the first game, but she's the mastermind. She's originally known as the super high school level fashionista. Yes. All the characters have like a super high talent. And talent is pretty much also the theme of it, but I digress. Anyway, back to the story of the third synopsis, and when I actually think about it. Naegi and his crew came to one of the sectors because Naegi is being blamed for treason, allegedly. And he protected the remnants of despair. And because, I don't know, his motivation, I think they're being manipulated by Junko. I don't know. I gotta find out the next episode. Anyway, he is, he arrested, and you get to meet the other former super high school level characters. These are former students who either graduated or dropped out. And one of the most interesting characters I redeemed would have been Kyosuke, who is the student council president at the time. And then you meet like one by one in this boardroom. Another favorite, I thought it was cool. Unfortunately, I'm going to put down a spoiler warning of this episode. If you haven't seen it, I recommend not watch this video. If you've already seen the movies, or not the movies, the anime, and watched the gameplays, then you're okay to know what's going on. Like I said, they were being attacked by the remnants of despair, and this time, who reared his ugly, fuzzy head? Not only the one and only Monokuma. Why Monokuma? Because he's the avatar of Junko Inoshima. He put a sleeping gas into the boardroom, and they place a timer. I believe it's a bomb. I don't know, but my guess is a bomb, because they did with a bomb with the last game. So yeah. Anyway, you got the character. All the characters have been getting wristbands, and the only condition to save humanity is, again, to perform the perfect crime. Now, this is a short series from I heard, but I don't know, because the series stuff is like really interesting, and I can't wait to do the anime adaptation of the second game. Anyway, the first victim just so happens to be the super high school level housekeeper, Shisei Yukizume. She's would have been my favorite character, but she died off easily. And I was like, oh my, they did it. How she was killed, it's simply, she was impaled and hung by the chandelier. And you can see the blood dripping from the ceiling where her body was to the table. Anyway, you're going to get to understand more of the characters. But if you know about the Junko and Company and the characters from the previous games, you would probably know their backstory or who they really are. I think it goes to a pattern, like you got suicide, you got some form of double killing, or something like that. But the premise still remains. This should be one person who will stand up, and there will be like trial runs and find out. They call it class trials. They go through class trials to find out who's the killer, and the killer will die. Technically, they get the death sentence no matter if they got out scot-free or whatever. Oh, did I mention that the world has been destroyed? Ah, yes. It was mentioned in the first game. But at the end, while you're confronting Junko said, well, the world just went to shit. The air's too polluted. The only reason why they were stuck in school is because they were the only survivors. Not necessarily true. So I digress. Now, the in-between game, of course, I can't remember the name. Nagito, yeah. You meet Nagito, but Nagito was not given a name until the second game, but he was shown and cameoed. You got Naigi's sister, and then you got Toko, and technically you have to save these two, and yet also Lord Bakulan, or whatever his name was. I can't remember his name anymore. He's a rich Navi Sundare or something. Sundare. I can't remember how you pronounce it, but he's sort of the main guy you have to save. And the Warriors of Hope had kidnapped him, and it's your job to save him, and you're given this blaster gun. So yeah, that's pretty much also the premise, but like I said, the bears are jerks, and then you got the Kuma kids. Kuma kids are running amok, and it's total anarchy. So yeah. Now comes to my thoughts of the episode itself. I want to do this review of the Danganrumpa series to give you my theories on it, or my thoughts about it. It's a good start. It's like a good hook to it. It is mentioned that this is a month where they show the series itself, and it actually explains more of how it's going to progress as a series. Now, there's going to be a second one. It's actually coincide with the series itself, or with this current series, but it's only the backstory of each of the despairs. Let's see how now. To me, the episode is a good hook. It gives you the introduction of each and every character that is participating in the killing game. You will see Monokuma returns, and he's just like a badass. But let me point out that the series itself might change for the better or the worse. Really depends on you. If I do recommend, if you like the series and you like a little mystery and suspense, some form of horror, depending on how the murder starts. Yes. Who's my best bet? Who's going to win this game? I'm going to suggest Naegi will be it, because he's considered the super high school level hope, whereas the character known as Kyosuke, he will probably be another survivor, but he's also known as a hope for the future, according to Chise. Now, what you're going to expect for this review, I'm going to say that this review is probably going to be every Tuesday if I get a chance, or every Wednesday. I will not know because my work schedule is kind of weird lately. So yeah, it just started recently, so hopefully I can get the second episode and probably introduce you more of the characters. And anyway, I'm going to cut this off. If you like my content and want to be a part of the Storm Kingdom, please give a like and subscribe. And please comment below your theories on how this show is going to work, played out. Anyway, I bid you a good night. I gotta go to bed. Work is in the morning. Thank you very much and have a good night.